Four-letter word. Trust yourself and you get hurt. Tell yourself it's so absurd. Four-letter words. Four-letter words. I hate it when you're like this. You never get excited. Did you get struck by lightning? Don't hide it, no. Don't hide it, no. Soulless man, do you feel it? Love hurts more when you're in it, yeah. Gravity at its limit, at its limit. Do you feel it? Sigue el corriente, saca la botella, cambia el ambiente. Baby, no me mientes, tú sabes que te gusta muy caliente. Y baby, cuando bailas, moviendo suavecito, yo me quedo callado. Y baby, estoy perdido, volviendo loco en mi mente. Yo no sé lo que pasó, cuéntame, porque el corazón me robó ya. Saca la botella hasta que me olvide. Saca la botella y eso se acabó. Y eso se acabó. Bailando por la noche sin miedo. Y eso se acabó. Y eso se acabó. Baby, me robaste el corazón. Y baby, estoy pelado. Me robaste demasiado. Bailando en mi mente todavía no he pagado. Bájalo, bájalo pa' mí. Tíralo, tíralo vacío. Sundress, God bless. Let you shine on my love. My love. Volviendo loco en mi mente. Yo no sé lo que pasó. Cuéntame, porque el corazón me robó ya. Saca la botella hasta que me olvide. Saca la botella y eso se acabó. Y eso se acabó. Bailando por la noche sin miedo. Y eso se acabó. Y eso se acabó. Baby, me robaste el corazón. Sigue el corriente, saca la botella, cambia el ambiente. Baby, no me mientes, tú sabes que te gusta muy caliente. Y baby, cuando bailas, moviendo suavecito, yo me quedo callado. Baby, estoy perdido. Y eso se acabó. Y eso se acabó. Bailando por la noche sin miedo. Y eso se acabó. Y eso se acabó. Baby, me robaste el corazón.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't help that this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way. On my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good to you. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy. Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how rewind when we
It's Saturday night. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live, and welcome. Welcome to our broadcast. We got little Brian Coca over here on the couch. He is Couch Guy. He was contemplating sitting somewhere different tonight.
I was going to sit like this.
What do you
And
guys
then-
think about that?
And then occasionally pop in and say something.
Do we like that? Let us know in the chat. We do have 3 rounds of questions. You all know the drill. We're just going to go over it in case there's someone watching who's like, bring me up to speed. I just figured out the internet. Don't look up answers. You can keep this thing going right over here by using our blue board. Turn money into messages here. Donations, all you have to do is beat $2 right now.
I am printing.
Brian's doing some printing. When you're on the couch, you can print from wherever you are.
I can do whatever I want over here.
As long as it's the couch. Anyhow, yeah, Venmo, PayPal, credit cards, we can take donations. If for some reason your Venmo got locked up because hackers did something, you're like, but I need to pay them still, then you can use your credit card at the donate tab at quiznight.live, which is, by the way, right here. That's where you're going to be submitting your answers. One person on each team will be submitting answers through that. Please make sure you're on the right round. We do have 3 rounds of questions. They get more valuable as the game goes on. You know that, and then you can wager points on our final question. All right, everyone got their beverages in hand. Their scribes deigned.
What's everybody drinking?
Ooh,
Let's
yeah.
talk about it in the chat.
Yeah, talk about it in the chat. Here's what I'm drinking. A plain white mug of something.
I'm drinking a fancy orange and yellow can of something.
Mike, what are you drinking?
Green can of something.
Mike's drinking a can. It's green. Something's in it.
Well, that
All right.
cans.
What do we
Colors.
think? What do we think about doing question number 1? Question number 1. What does the F stand for in John F. Kennedy, the former president? That's your first question. I know the answer to this.
Or the airport, really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or the airport.
Yep. When it refers to the airport, it's the same thing.
In fact, let's make it clear that we're looking for the F in John F. Kennedy as it relates to the airport. Let's see what kind of answers that brings in.
Freaking fast.
This is good white mug.
I like to have mine up here on display so people can see it with this nice red velvet background.
Thanks, Gary. I love me some Dale on Fridays, too. All right, let's do another question. Speaking of 2. Question number 2. In the early 2000s, Blu-ray discs were competing with what other format to become the standard for high-definition video discs, which people don't use anymore, I don't think. Do you use them?
Blu-ray?
High-definition video discs?
I own Blu-rays.
Okay.
Which are high
but
definition video
do you
discs.
use them?
Yes.
I have.
Okay.
We watched one just the other night.
On Blu-ray?
Yeah.
What was it called?
It was called The Crooked House. And after watching it for about a minute, we realized we'd already seen this.
Wow, because you owned it, because it was
No.
you had the Blu-ray.
No, we didn't.
No.
We got it from
Hey!
the library.
Oh, you got it from the library. All right, question number 3 now. Question 3. In the movie The Little Mermaid, what does Ariel have to give up in exchange for legs?
Could go a lot of ways on this one.
Yeah, I look forward to what happens here.
Who wrote the story?
Welcome back, Bev. You were missed
Hans.
last week.
Hans.
So was Jay Renner. Both of you missed last week. I'm glad to see you back. All right. Has anyone turned their money into messages?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I keep checking.
Oh. Anthony, you're in Geneva.
Geneva, New York.
Geneva, New York, probably. That would
Well,
make more sense.
Home to the medical university that Elizabeth Blackwell graduated from.
I think it's also almost home to Hobart and William Smith's colleges. Are they 2 separate colleges? Hobart,
They're now one college.
Hobart.
they're
and
one
William
now. They
Smith.
consolidated after the great college shakedown. Let's do question number 4.
The Great College Shakedown.
Using only the nicknames, which of the following cities is farthest west of the others? The Big Easy, Charm City, or Tinseltown?
Charm City.
I don't. Oh, you're welcome for the trivia. Thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the trivia. Thank you for the playing. Thank you for your answers.
Thank you for the white mug drink. Because, you know, it keeps me hydrated. The thing about that couch is that it's impossible to sit on it and not look like you're slouching. I tried last week.
Why don't they call them a slouch? Why isn't it just
Wow,
called
there
a
was an
slouch?
opportunity there.
Yeah, they're
Maybe-
like, couch.
Maybe they.
I guess I said it, so I'm sticking with it.
I'm assuming they don't call it a slouch because it just sounds unattractive.
Here, I'm sitting here with near perfect posture.
Right, and you're struggling to do so. Let's do question number 5.
Struggling.
What now retired feature on Facebook was explained on its website with, "We thought it would be fun to make a feature that has no specific purpose and see what happens from there.
How embarrassing for Facebook to have that typo.
They put that typo in there, not me when I wrote it. Nope. Only nerds don't donate. Oh.
Well, it's
Many
actually a
nerds.
well-documented fact that a lot of nerds play trivia.
Yep. But it's not like a mutually exclusive
I
reality.
actually gave a shout out to the nerds earlier before that donation came in.
Yeah, West is a frame of reference, but we're talking about the eastern shoreline of the United States being east, and the western shoreline of the United States being west, and imagining that we're not on a globe, okay? We're on a flat Earth now.
Now,
Yeah, who else is in Geneva? Let's do another question. Question number 6. A popular brand of what kind of condiment failed to get Chicagoans to accept it as a hot dog topping when they temporarily labeled their product Chicago dog sauce? We're looking for a type of
they
condiment.
thought, oh, maybe we could just change everyone's attitudes if we just called it dog sauce.
I think that they were being a little...
Like, it was tongue-in-cheek.
No, I think it was a little, like, vengeful.
Oh, like, oh, you don't think it belongs on there? Well, guess what we just
Guess what
did.
we're going to do? We're going to convince new Chicagoans that this
Guess
is
what? Everyone in the world thinks you put this on a hot dog. And then they all go to Chicago asking for it. Yeah, I could see that.
I will tell you that in Chicago, you can put almost anything on a hot dog except for this condiment. And you ask for this condiment, and
You will not get your hot dog.
we will not give it to you. Go to another state.
Do they stock it? Like, if you went to a hot dog vendor, do you think they even have it?
I want to say it's going to be hit or miss. I'm going to say some purists are going to not. Let's do another question. Question number 7. Little Ann and Old Dan are red-bone coonhounds in what classic 1961 children's novel? A children's novel.
Isn't there a naked lady on a horse in Geneva?
Oh,
No,
with,
that's-
you're thinking of
Godiva.
Lady
Yeah.
Godiva.
Was she in Geneva?
There may have been a naked lady on a horse in Geneva at some point. I mean, I imagine that
It's
occurs
probably
sometimes.
actually happened literally everywhere.
Yep.
At some point.
The first mermaid sighting turned out to have just been a naked lady on a fish. They found out later when they
Just
looked at the
riding that
footage.
fish.
Question number 8. Red version and green version were the first iterations for Game Boy of what now massively popular game? It's a good thing I read this because I knew if anyone else had to read that was a stumble-worthy wording.
Mm-hmm.
It was not intuitive how to read that.
I would have said, Iterations?
I don't think it was about pronouncing the
Is
words. It's
that,
about where to
is
emphasize.
that a new Apple product?
It's about where to emphasize. I am so glad this chair doesn't squeak. Is this a different chair? Last week it was squeaking, driving me nuts.
I mean, it could have been. I don't remember.
All right.
I also oiled the chairs
Brian oils them every weekend.
just when they squeak.
Hey, Bev, you don't know what's in here. It might be better than beer. Let's do question number 9. What is the minimum number of games a tennis player has to win a set? Bev was asking if we donated more money, would we go back to drinking beer?
And I feel like that's kind of an insult.
An insult question.
Feel like we're,
No, I think
our game has
I
fallen.
think maybe she's suggesting that we can't afford beer.
that's a more generous way to frame it.
Bev's been a
Who's-
big advocate, so
who's,
I'm going to say that that's what she's thinking. Let's do on question number 10, last question of the round. What fruit is used in most refrains of the song The Name Game? This is fun. That's your 10th question. We'll let you debate that. Please make sure whoever submitting your answers is using the round 1 tab. Don't be accidentally on the wrong tab. Wow, that was so loud.
That's not what I meant to do.
Anyhow,
Not
we'll give you a
drinking
minute here, and then we'll scroll all the questions, and then you'll have 2.5 minutes to get those answers into us.
And
So in the meanwhile, here's something to think about with your team. Here's something to talk about. Here's something to plan for. On August 14th, which is a Saturday, in the afternoon, which is actually commonly not a busy time for most people. I think it's easy to say, oh, Saturday, I'm busy. But Saturday afternoons, we're not necessarily busy. You're not busy. From
August
2 to
14th.
5, we are putting on a scavenger hunt pub crawl. It's a photo-based social scavenger hunt where you've got to...
The Great Downtown Scavenger Crawl.
Yes, Brian named it right there. You can learn more about it at thescavengercrawl.com. That's our website. You can learn all
put
the
it in
things.
the
We've
chat.
got a frequently asked questions on there. You can also buy tickets to it. We have thousands of dollars in prizes to be won in that competition, not just performance-based, but also costume-based.
Costume-based and just showing up based.
Yeah, because the theme of this scavenger crawl is Missed Holidays Edition, the holidays we missed. So dress up in any holiday costumery and compete in the prize for the. We have $300 in prizes for the team with the best costume. So that should be fun. Brian just popped the link in the chat if you want to see that. We're going to start a 2.5-minute clock and scroll all those questions for you now.
There's something juvenile about your pretty face, but it seems so hard for you to know when you need space. I hope you find your peace and that you
That's a green
get
shirt, right?
pace.
In the tail.
We just
I would call it turquoise.
Turquoise.
let yourself unfold. Let yourself unfold. Owe it to yourself today. Just try to open up and show someone you care. It might not be intentional, but you seem scared. Just try to open up and let it lead somewhere. Breathe in some love. Let yourself unfold. Breathe in some love. Let yourself unfold. Open up, just spread your wings. Jump to rise, not fall, you flying higher.
You have 1 minute to get your answers in, less than a minute.
Open up, just spread your wings.
And now you have even less than a minute.
And now even less than that.
You jump to fly high. Standing on the edge while you're looking down. Lying down on the ground, just find out. You fly so fly, don't you? Keep riding skies,
Some people are getting these right.
standing on the
Yeah, actually, I do see some correct answers here.
edge, just to find out.
Some people know these things. Some people don't.
Keep riding skies.
There are some wrong answers, some horribly wrong answers in some of these. We've got about 30 seconds left.
You care. It might not be intentional, but you seem scared. Just try to open up and let it lead somewhere. Breathe in some love.
Okay, get your mouse over that submit button. You've got just about 10
11
seconds.
seconds. 9, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that sounded good.
Terrible sound. I hit the
Sounded
wrong
like a
part of the gong.
square
Hey,
hit.
we're going to look at your answers. We'll be back in a minute. Remember to check out thescavengercrawl.com. The chat has the link for that. Also, we've got 3 new venues opening up for trivia. If you want to do the downtown circuit, on Tuesday, you can go to Empire Barbershop, which is a barbershop that has a bar in it. And Tom's going to be hosting there. Tom is a fantastic guy. It's a brand new location for us. That's on Tuesday nights starting at 7 o'clock. On Wednesdays, you can go downtown and who's
Orbis Lounge.
Orbis Lounge in Hanover Square. You can go play trivia on Wednesdays, and then Thursday rolls around. You can still be downtown. You can go to the Gilded Club where you can find Mike. He's not just a ghost over here. He's a real human being at the Gilded Club. Check that out
Real
on
feelings.
Thursdays. He's got real feelings. All right, we'll be back. We'll be resetting that leaderboard back down to a much more affordable $2. What does the F stand for in John F. Kennedy as it relates to the airport?
F is another way to put it.
Yeah, if you want to miss a verb in there. Brian, how many teams wrote Fitzgerald?
Most of them, I can tell you as a percentage, it's 97%.
We like it in percentage format. In the early 2000s, Blu-ray discs were competing with what other format to become the standard for high-definition video discs? It practically has the answer in the question. It's HD DVD.
That was our hardest question this round. Maybe will be of the night. 41%.
41% might be the hardest
A lot of
question
people
of the night.
just said DVD. Someone went all the way back to Laserdisc.
Someone said other Blu-ray. Someone said Red Ray.
Did someone say Red Ray? I didn't see that.
Someone
Did
said Red Rum.
Did someone say Cray Cray?
I'm making things up. In the movie The Little Mermaid, what does Ariel have to give up in exchange for legs? People were saying her voice, and we accepted that. That was the right answer.
97%.
97% of people knew that.
Not our easiest question, though.
No, but I wonder how many of those people watched it on HD DVD by, serendipitous circumstances. Question 4, using only the nicknames, which of those cities is furthest west of the others? Well, I'll tell you, Charm City is Baltimore. The Big Easy is New Orleans. And then the furthest west of those, if you're a flat earther, is Tinseltown. And I assume we have a big flat earth population watching here.
There were a lot of angry comments in the answers, but 94% of people decided not to angry comment and instead write Tinseltown.
Awesome. So only 6% of people were angry answering. Number 5, what now retired featured on Facebook was explained on the website with, we thought it would be fun to make a feature that has no specific purpose and see what happens from there. I couldn't copy and paste it from the website because it's no longer there. I only had a picture to work from, so I had to translate it myself. Correct answer is poking, the poke button. Poke. And it turned out people were as confused as you would have expected by that feature. It largely made people uncomfortable.
73% of people
Remembered the
knew
poke.
about poking, and
Maybe were poked to themselves.
100% of people on Facebook have been poked.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg got drunk one night and just was like,
What
everyone.
if we had a poke function? Yeah, what if we had a lot of functions? A popular brand of what kind of condiment failed to get Chicagoans to accept it as a hot dog topping when they temporarily labeled their product Chicago dog sauce? The brand was Heinz, but we were just looking for ketchup. If you said Heinz, we figured that's a ketchup brand for the most part.
Oh, really? I did not give credit for that. I deleted it.
Well, Heinz was the brand that made the stuff, so we should give that team credit.
Well, you should have run that past me.
I know we're gonna have controversy there, but we like to be lenient there because it was a relatively confusingly worded question. Because I wrote it. Number 7, Little Ann and Old Dan, Redbone Coonhounds, in what classic 1961 children's novel? We, for the most part, stuck with classic novels for children. The correct answer was Where the Red Fern Grows. And I was certain they were blue tick coonhounds. But everything on the internet was pointing to redbone coonhounds. So, number 8, red version and green version were the first iterations for Game Boy of what now massively popular game. A lot of you went down the Super Mario track, but even more of you said the right answer, which was Pokemon. Brian, how did teams do on Pokemon? Do you
They
know?
did well.
Brian's saying they're doing well.
76%.
Okay, 76%.
And Where the Red Fern Grows, reversal, 67%.
Whoa.
Just reverse the digits.
What's the minimum number of games a tennis player has to win a set? This was a tougher question. It turned out that 76% said 6 and got full credit for that.
Interestingly enough, the exact same number of teams that got the Pokemon right also got the tennis one right, but there's not a lot of crossover.
Those who got it,
You either knew one or the other.
yeah. And the fruit used in most refrains of the song The Name Game, we gave you 10 points for writing banana. Look at those are the answers right there. Answers. In case you're not listening, we post them there for you visual folks.
100% of people got banana right.
Well, I mean, it's a good song, and everyone's been listening to it on repeat
The
for the past
Name
50 years.
Game.
We're going to do round 2. Who's your scribe? Make sure that they're on the round 2 tab, because because we're about to kick this into double time. That's right, every question is worth 20 points, which is pretty cool. The leaderboard is at $8 right now, but I think we're going to kick it down to $2. Does that sound accurate, Brian?
Yeah, isn't that what it's at?
It says 8.
Oh, I didn't hit submit update.
Yep. Donating to get on the blue board just got more affordable. Okay, let's do question 1 of round 2. What species of whale is considered the only known predator of adult giant squid?
I would love to watch that.
I asked this question at a bar mitzvah. A form of this question.
Oh, yeah?
13-year-olds, they love their animals. I mean, it was a bar mitzvah at a zoo, so they crushed this. So if you missed this, I apologize. You're gonna.
You didn't go to Dale's bar mitzvah.
Yeah, you weren't at my bar mitzvah.
Was this a recent bar mitzvah? Or was this the one you just did in May?
It's the only bar mitzvah I've ever done. Let's do question number 2.
How many brisses have you done?
What former Saturday Night Live star has the same full name as a suburb of Washington, D.C. in Maryland? That's question number 2. What's the chat up to?
It's up to about 10.
Chat's at 10.
Yeah, that's what I see. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, it's
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
It's tough to imagine
9,
the shirt
10.
is
I see
green.
11.
When you look at the blue board next to it, it looks very close to
Well,
the blue board.
it's interesting, that monitor and my monitor, quite different experiences. Everything's very bright on yours. On mine, the room looks much darker.
Looks very close to the blue board in what I'm looking at. Let's do question number 3. Question number 3. The series of mounds and divots that form naturally from skiing on an ungroomed ski slope are known as what? I like this question. Any question about skiing, I like.
Any questions about gongs or pandas or panda gongs? He also likes.
Yeah, Brian doesn't care for those.
How
though.
many numbers are on there? We don't know.
I was at Spencer's Gifts recently.
What were you doing there, Dale?
I was shopping for an item for the Mantathlon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I saw a World's Best Boss mug. And for those of you Office fans out there, Michael Scott does declare that he purchased his World's Best Boss mug at Spencer Gifts, and it is exactly what Michael uses. This is a knockoff that we made because we had to order hundreds of them for an event. Let's move on to question number 4.
We're not paying $10 a mug.
What gas is used to fill the Goodyear blimp?
And if you say farts, you have to be more specific.
Because it's still right. Yeah, that's question 4. It is flat. I think Jay Renner's talking about a tie. Like a necktie.
Oh, blue board changed.
Oh, be excellent to each other. I like that. That is good. That's a good life mantra.
That's a message to you and I specifically. She's like, enough bickering,
Who said that?
Katie.
Oh. Sometimes I don't even realize I'm bickering. We need to fix one team's score.
That's my fault.
No,
Heinz.
the bananas thing didn't go through for.
Oh, really?
For
It says 100% of teams got it right. We didn't ding anyone for that. Someone just wrote ban. We gave him credit.
yeah, because not a lot of other fruits that start with BAN. Let's do question number 5. Question 5. The Renaissance of the 1300s started in a place that is now known as what country? I like this question. I like
It took me
history and geography.
It took me quite a while to get the wording right on this.
You sat there.
It probably took me 5 minutes to like think about the best way to phrase this, because like think about what countries, nation states as we know them, really didn't show up until like the 1800s, and so like things that were in the 1300s would have different names than they have now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
Makes
trying to figure that out, would be accurate but not be confusing.
Shall we do question number 6? Question number 6. In North America, how many inches long is a sheet of legal paper? And when we say long, we're
not
talking
wide,
about the
long.
We're talking about the greatest
bottom.
dimension, the greatest dimension of it. Okay. Turn it sideways, doesn't matter. We're looking for the greatest
But
dimension.
not area. Don't give us area.
Don't give us a diagonal either, right? It's not a television screen. We don't measure it that way. Looking for length and the greatest.
If you don't know what long means and you know the answer to this, then
We're not going to give you credit.
Something's amiss.
We're not giving you credit for it.
Ooh, we got a new blue board thing going on. In a second. It's not right yet. It's copying and pasting that needs to be done. Oh, there it is.
Greg! Or is it meant to be Greg? Probably Greg.
I'm old Greg.
Old Greg having an early birthday on a Saturday, on a Friday night. I keep thinking it's Saturday.
Did you ever know anyone named Gregory who just goes by Gory?
No, but that seems like that should be the new thing.
Like there's Christophers who go by Topher,
not many.
but there are.
Okay.
We know, Topher Grace. Everyone can say it.
Is that his name Christopher and he shortened it, or is it just Topher?
I believe it's Christopher, but I could double
We
check
don't know.
that.
Let's move on to the next question. It's question number 7. What international day of observance is observed in New York State and most surrounding states on the last Friday in April, though in Florida it's observed on the third Friday in January?
He's Christopher.
Who would have written a question that's 4 lines long?
And,
Looking at Mike.
and that confusing.
I'm just looking at you.
Feel uncomfortable being looked at.
Mike doesn't like to be looked
Everybody look at someone who's not looking at them.
Whoa.
Dale, you're looking at no one.
Oh, well, no one's looking at me, so. Let's move on to question number 8. In the original game of Connect 4, how many spaces are there for checkers? Looking forward to a number here. This is a good one. This is a fun one. Greg. I think the standard is to give each letter an eighth note of pronunciation. So, Greg. I think that was about right.
Wouldn't it? Okay.
I don't understand music.
I'm watching 2 guys just do drugs on a bench.
What kind of drugs are they doing? Caffeine?
No, it looks like something they're injecting.
Ooh. Are you serious?
That's what it looks like. Or maybe they're packing a bowl.
All right. Question number 9.
Yep.
What team is hosting the Major League Baseball All-Star Game being held this year after it was moved out of Atlanta for political reasons? Were those, Mike, you can probably fill me in. Were those political reasons like political within the MLB or political within the federal?
Political within politics.
Within
World,
governmental
U.S.
politics.
politics, actually state politics.
I pay attention to very little of both of those, so I don't know the answer to this. I didn't write it. I'm more into like, what color is my shirt? You know,
And then,
what kind of whale
and
eats
then
giant
saying,
squid?
don't try to define my shirt color after I just asked you to.
Greg. A lot of people have defined my shirt color as
Sweaty?
Bailey's.
What?
Bailey's. Looks like Bailey's. Some people have said that. Question number 10.
I feel like this is weird.
Whose logo is this? Like I have to point to it. Like you can't figure it out. Yeah, so that's
It's right above the blue board, which now says
Friday Night Live.
Trivia.
This.
Trivia.
Hey, trivia.
it's an expensive word. Right there.
Dang, this is trivia.
It's
This
like
is
$4 a letter.
I think what people are saying is this is $20 trivia. That's what I'm the takeaway I'm getting here. Hey, did you give us the thumbs up on this broadcast?
We got our 4,000 hours.
We hit
4,002
4,000
hours. And we're like, sweet, we can embed this.
Yeah.
And then we learned, Google said, congratulations, now you can ask us to review this, and we'll get back to you, hopefully, in a month.
In a month?
A month.
Wow. It's like a never-ending game
How
that's
many
happening
people?
here.
How many people have reached this threshold that they can't? I mean, they're
You want to embed?
a data company. How do they not have the capability to turn this around faster?
To be fair, they don't have a lot of money.
That's true. They're
Yeah,
working
well,
on shoestring budgets.
strapped for resources, like we all are.
All right, so let's do a 2.5-minute clock. You're going to see all those questions one last time. Please make sure you're on the round two tab. We don't really have that many mistakes. I don't know why I'm driving that point home. And we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Any mistake is a problem.
잠시 멈춰서 너와 내 가난 눈을 생각해 시간은 흘러 이젠 여기까지 Feels bitter that we're on a separate way
Throw me
Our memories fading
orange or green.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I think of you 너 없이 뭔가 좀 공허해 날이 무뎌지는 그 감각에 어느새 집중돼 Lost but prefer not to be found Thinking about the way we found just why Thinking about the way we 난 광진대교 건너면서 든 생각 없어 맘에 드는 사람 넌 나만이 컸어 그냥 뒀어 외로워
I didn't pay attention to it. I was in
Anyhow.
extreme pain.
three calories.
Which is, let's agree, a very
40
tasty
times
water. They could
more
make that
calories.
fewer calories. That would probably be the best water.
30
that
seconds
exists.
to get your answers in.
Mike, did you take my baseball hat question and turn into this? I think this is a better question.
Each team has each.
Really?
10 seconds to get your answers in.
That can't be right. Maybe they're different colors.
Okay, time is up.
Mike and I were having a chat about trivia right there.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to reset
Everyone
that
could hear it.
blue board down to $2 if you want to get your message up. Just got more affordable. Also, making donations is what brings us back to the table, coming up with new content for you to play with every Friday. So if you're able to help us out and you haven't been able to help us out in a little while, this is a great opportunity to do so. We don't ask for much. So if you want to just pitch
Just
us
a glass
$2,
of milk
that's great.
and a couple bucks.
Also, if you'd like to check out something really fun and novel to do, the scavenger crawl, the great downtown scavenger crawl is happening Saturday, August 14th from 2 to 5. That's a time slot people are not doing stuff. And you have the whole rest of the night to do things after that. We're doing that. It's going to be a really good time. Missed Holidays edition is what it is. So dress up in whatever holiday you miss the most. Maybe win some prizes for best costume. Maybe win some prizes for getting the most points during the scavenger crawl. It's photo-based. You go around taking pictures of stuff and getting credit for it. You interact with people. It's a really good time. We put a few of these on like 2 or 3 years ago. I think like 3 years ago. And they were big hits, and we're bringing it back now that we're able to open it back up again. So check that out. Brian, can you put it in the
Just did.
chat? Brian just
there.
put the link in the chat to check it out, learn more about it. We'll be back with the correct answers, and we'll do our final round coming up. We're back, and we have the answers and the scores. They're posted at
And a bobblehead.
quiznight.live. And we have a bobble. I don't know what that means. What species of whale is considered the only known predator of the adult giant squid? This was one of the toughest questions of the game so far. 47% of teams got this right. They wrote sperm whale.
A lot of people just wrote sperm.
Some people just wrote sperm.
I bet.
Sounds like Bev might have been one. What former Saturday Night Live star has the same full name as a suburb of Washington, D.C. in Maryland? We gave you 20 points for writing Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase. Is it Chevy or Chevy?
It's
I
Chevrolet Chase.
I should know this by now. Question number 3 was the series of mounds and divots that form naturally from skiing on ungroomed slopes are known as moguls. Moguls. It's not
People did
just
very well on that.
Yeah, how did they do?
94%.
Nice. We got
Just
a lot
as
of
well,
skiers in the
just
truck.
as well as they did with Chevy Chase.
Every team's got, an SNL fan, and not every team. 94% of teams have a ski
Why
fan
don't
on
we
there.
call the cars Chevys?
I don't know. Number 4, what gas is used to fill the Goodyear blimp? It is the nearly inert helium. Helium for
91%
20
of
points.
teams.
Renaissance of the 1300s started in a place that is now known as what country? Where it started was Italy. Italy. How'd
Italy.
people do?
People did well. 97%. That was our easiest question of the round.
Really? I would have thought more Germany's would get in there. Number 6. In North America, how many inches long is a sheet of legal paper? 14 inches. Legal. Legally speaking, teams did well with that. But how well?
How well? Indeed, they did 76% well.
Not as well as they did in the last question. What International Day of Observance is observed in New York State and most surrounding states on the last Friday in April, but in Florida it's observed on the third Friday of January. It's a little bit warmer down there, so they start planting trees earlier. Planting trees what? Arbor Day. Arbor Day.
50% of teams got it right.
Fitty. A lot of teams said Earth Day, but while Earth Day falls on a very similar time frame up here, it's always observed on the 22nd of April. Number 8. In the original game of Connect 4, how many spaces are there for checkers? Well, I'm going to tell you, it is 6 high by 7 wide. And if you like to do math and multiply,
And
then,
we know you do.
and that's why we do these questions.
That's how you
Then we
get
know that you would
London.
come up with the answer to everything, which is 42. 42.
But only 38% of teams knew that. Our
Ah,
hardest
so
question
close.
of the round and of the night so far.
So close to being 42%, which would have been awesome. Might have sent us into a strange vortex, though. Number 9. What team is hosting the Major League Baseball All-Star Game held this year as it moved out of Atlanta for political reasons into the apolitical Denver, Colorado, the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies are who we were looking for. If you said Denver, Colorado, or the Rockies, we gave you credit. And then we showed you a picture of a logo.
64% of teams got
It
it.
was a 64%. We're not heavy on baseball fans.
That's a. I don't know if that's failing or not.
It's failing. Usually 65% is the line.
Oh, okay. So it's 64.7 though. So you round up.
Is that
So now it really
still
becomes a
below
gray
65
area.
though? Question number 10 was a picture of a logo, and we want to know whose it was. And teams did really well on this.
Yeah,
It
'cause
was
they're all Big Bang Theory fans.
it was the Green Hornet.
Come on, Dale.
I just wanted to see if anyone was going to catch it.
Yeah, we caught
Green Lantern. Green Lantern.
94% of teams.
Scores are up. Chat is getting out of hand. Sound off. in the
Bev
chat.
is spitting facts. She's letting everyone know that the scavenger crawls are actually a lot of fun.
Yes.
And it's true. So
They are very fun, and I wish I could do it, but we're always putting it on. Let's do the last round where you get 30 points for each correct answer. Turn your volume back up. Oh, all glory to the Hypnotoad. I feel like Katie did that one. Here is question number 1. Blue Swede, Norman Greenbaum, Redbone, and Rupert Holmes are all more or less one-hit wonder artists who appear on the popular soundtrack of what 2014 film? I said Blue Swede. I said
it's spelled.
it's spelled
Swede.
Swede, and then I wrote this question and I put a U in there. So that's the kind of morning I was having because I wrote it this morning. 8 was the connect forward.
I was reading that a couple times because I did not understand it.
Yep. Sometimes people write things that don't compute, and I'm like, is this intentionally not computing? Is this to make me feel
Question:
old?
Are you gaslighting me?
Hey, Red Bull Man, happy birthday. Sounds great.
R3D Bullman.
I'm sorry, R3 de Bullman. Happy birthday. It's nice to have a birthday. Nice to play games on your birthday. Mike, you would have birthdays, and we would play lots of games. We played dodgeball. We played that ball that was named after your gym teacher from Oski Ball.
Mm-hmm.
We played Ultimate Frisbee within a gym setting, which was extremely intense. Let's do question number 2. Question 2. Found at joints throughout the human body, what bee name is given to the thin, fluid-filled sacs that act as a protective buffer between bones and other tissues? Think about that bee sac. Yeah, you go to sleep downtown after the scavenger crawl. We have sleeping pods available. Yep. Boy, my laptop is on fire. Let's do question number 3. Question number 3. Oh, another 4-liner.
A lot of 4-liners.
I wrote
here
it.
tonight.
I wrote all the 4-liners. What cartoon action hero TV series does this theme song lyric come from? Call me, beat me, if you want to reach me. When you want to page me, it's okay. I just can't wait until I hear my cell phone ring. I think that's pretty accurate to how it was
Really?
sung.
Then I am lost.
No, it's not accurate to how it was sung. But the words are true to form. Look at those lyrics. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. When you want to page me, it's okay. I just can't wait until I hear my cell phone ring. Let's do question number 4 because we're going to show that to you later. In Magic the Gathering, a player's discard piles known by what other, more metaphorical term? I apologize for the missing apostrophe, making player possessive and not plural. My bad. That's the 3rd typo of the game.
Third. That's 3 strikes, and you're out.
I will be leaving. I'm out.
Nope, you're a turkey.
I'm a turkey.
Yes, I forgot we were bowling.
We are bowling. Bowling for points. Bowling for pins. Okay. What could it be? Sound off in the chat. Bring your sleeping bag.
Sound off.
I hate saying that, but I keep saying it because I can't think
Tell us in
of
the
a
chat.
better fun phrase. Let's do
Chat.
question number 5. Who is the most recent recipient of the NHL's Hart Memorial Trophy? This
Are
gets,
we giving you multiple choice? No,
this
we're
gets the Mike Baker seal of approval for a round 3 question.
It's a lot of sports questions tonight, considering I didn't write any of them.
Well, I knew that you weren't writing questions. I'm like, someone's got to put the sports questions in. So I was that guy. And thankfully, we had a sports question editor who made the questions better than.
not. Or just accurate.
Well,
Well, yes.
I just like to say better.
That's one way of making them better.
Oh. I appreciate the abstinence from question 4, Gary. Question number 6. What name are the genetically modified wasps known by in The Hunger Games? Man, I think I've asked questions related to this. This must be at least the 3rd time, and I couldn't tell you.
Have you seen The Hunger Games?
Nope.
Well,
Do you recommend it?
it's good. It's entertaining.
Okay.
You can also read it if you don't like seeing things.
Okay, I don't read
Or listen to it.
things that are
is
movies.
what you mean to say.
Okay.
Because
if it's
if you-
already a movie, why would I read it?
Are you saying that if you read something, it's just your brain?
I'm saying you have to see the words.
You have, but when I watch a movie, I have subtitles, so it's like I'm reading the book anyhow.
Well, I didn't realize you were that multifaceted.
Go for Mitch. Okay.
I don't know it. I don't know.
Question number 7. In what 80s film does John Candy's character attempt to eat a 96-ounce steak? I know the answer to this one. I got it. I feel good about this because I didn't really watch a lot of movies from the 80s,
I have never seen this movie.
but you know the answer.
I wrote the question.
And you wrote the question. I would say it's not my favorite movie.
Where does it rank among your John Candy movies, though?
I'm going to say it's in the lower 50th percentile
Wow.
among John Candy movies
That's surprising.
that I have seen.
Well,
Wait.
so you wouldn't recommend that I see this then?
All John Candy movies are above the 50th percentile of movies, though. So somewhere between 50 and 75%. Lake Team for life. They wrote confetti emoji. I like that. Let's do question number 8. A painless sore known as a chancre is usually the first symptom of what disease? I pronounced that word right.
Yes, you did. You have great familiarity with that word.
I just remember talking about this a lot as a teenager. It's
you're
fun
a
to say
shanker.
it. It's fun to say chancre.
Because it rhymes with
Anchor. And what I learned when we
Tanker.
were in Ithaca this weekend,
It's not this weekend.
when we were in Ithaca on Wednesday, when I burst my eardrum, was that it's called knacker, not nacer. Mike told me about that.
What made you think it was Nacer?
Nacre?
Yeah.
Nacer?
If it was N-A-C-E-R,
Well, there's an
there'd
E at
be-
the end. It often makes the preceding
A.
A long A.
Okay,
Nay.
so it is both Naker or Nacer. Both pronunciations have the long A. The fact that you made it an S sound with the C versus a
Nacer.
K sound.
N-A... Anyhow.
I don't know where you came up with that.
Chaincer. Let's do question number 9. What is the only type of beauty product that all 3 of these brands produce? L'Oreal, Revlon, Clairol.
Ooh.
Pretty good question, right? Great question,
That's a
Dale.
good question.
Well researched it is.
I hope-
Very well researched. Very well.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Well, I can't wait to hear the disputes.
We look forward to the controversy in the chat. Let us know how we're dumb about beauty products. Gary, if you want to abstain from this because your team is not nerds, that's okay too. I could have used the number 3 instead of the word 3. Tighten it up and then maybe get Clairol on the same line. Let's do question number 10.
Clairol?
Popular in the late 80s, what brand of clothing used the sign for Slippery Road as their logo? Oh, I didn't write this one. I didn't write this one, but I feel like it's in my brain somewhere. I just got to find it. Where is it?
There was I think a Bon Jovi album that also used that sign.
Shot to the heart, you're too late.
Yeah, that's Bon Jovi.
You give love. Bad.
Was that Bon Jovi?
Def Leppard. That was Def Leppard, I think. Hey, who's going to Singers with me? We're gonna do karaoke at some point. I want to do karaoke in
It was Bon Jovi.
in like a setting.
John Bon.
In a setting where I can see the people who hear it. Let's review all those questions. 2.5 minute clock will start. Please make sure you're on the round 3 tab. Round 3. There you go. That's how to face the camera. Round 3. Okay, cool. Are you on the round 3 tab? I hope so.
I get the vibe that you're distant. There's something about you that's different. I see it in your eyes. Something
Mike, did you write one of the questions tonight?
Tell me again what I
Is it the final?
Cause you're fake.
Final question coming from
Sick.
Mike tonight.
Sick. Less than a minute.
Tell me again, just tell me again and I
You know what 45 seconds feels like? You're about to.
You just did.
don't go through that door. Tell me again, just tell me again and I'll make it right.
30 seconds.
It is a lie when you tell me that nothing is wrong, just leave it be.
Tell you
But I
ready
see
for that
it
gong?
in your eyes, something isn't right.
10 seconds.
Tell me again what I
That
missed,
was loud.
'cause you're
Counting it down, you got 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 gongs on that one. A twofer. We're going to look at your answers. We're going to have scores, and then we'll do our wagering on the final question. Did I mention yet that we have a scavenger hunt pub crawl coming up on August 14th from 2 to 5 p.m.? Did I mention that yet? Go to the Scavenger Crawl to check it out. Rally a team. Bev has endorsed it. She's done it in the past. She dressed up as Bob from What About Bob. You can dress up as any holiday character or in any sort of holiday costume. You wear your ugly sweaters. Wear your New Year's hats. Whatever you want. We've got costume prizes.
Tell them to use the promo code.
Oh, yeah. There's a promo code, HOLIDAY, all caps, and you save 20% on your tickets if you're among the first 50 people to register. So do that. We'll be right back.
Go through that door. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll make it right. Tell me again. Tell me again.
I could be wrapped around your arms instead of being lonely. We could be gazing at the stars, but now it feels just like I wandered off into a room and closed the door behind me. I never gave the key to you, even though I wanted to. I should be trying something new, but now my body's aching. I'm tired of dwelling in the dark, it's just that my heart can't take it. I didn't know what it would cost me when I let you go. I feel alone, and I'm just singing, It should have been you. Another time, another place, I just know. It could have been you. What a crime and what a shame to let go. Sometimes I just don't know what to do. It should have been you. I could be driving to your place, but now the ground is shaking. Could be a phase, but it feels like it will never go away until we make up. I can't be myself. I never knew how much I needed you. It should have been you. Another time, another place, I just know. It could have been you. What a crime and what a shame to let you go. Sometimes I just don't know what to do. It should have been you. It should have been you.
Hey, we're back. Blue Swede, Norman Greenbaum, Redbone, and Rupert Holmes are all more or less one-hit wonders who appear on the soundtrack of what 2014 film? The correct answer is Guardians of the Galaxy. Couch Guy, what do we think?
Awesome Mix, Volume 1. And how many teams got that right?
That's
Is that
what I'm
what you're
asking.
asking? 94%. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 73% of teams.
73%, which is when all those hits came out. Number 2, found at the joints throughout the human body. What B name is given to the thin fluid-filled sacs that act as a protective buffer between bones and other tissues? We were looking for bursa.
And 94% of people.
Blown away. I thought this was a very hard anatomy question for people
I've
who
heard
aren't,
bursa, but,
medical.
Like, it was not coming to my mind.
If you're not in the medical field, I feel like this is not something that we deal with regularly.
Unless you have joint problems.
Maybe you have bursitis.
You've got a heavy joint problem population.
Yeah, and joints are becoming more and more legal. So number 3, what cartoon action hero TV series did the leader call me, beep me if you want to reach me, when you want to page me, it's okay because I can't wait to hear my cell phone ring? That comes from Kim Possible.
67% of teams.
That's 2/3,
Just
everyone.
over 2/3.
Yeah.
2 out of every 3 trivia players knows that.
In Magic the Gathering, the discard pile for a player is known by what more metaphorical term? The answer we're looking for was graveyard.
It's not a metaphor, Dale.
It's more metaphorical.
It's literal.
Oh, they're not actually dead because you can bring them back.
76%. More than 3 out of every 4.
I want to congratulate everyone who got there with an educated guess. And for those of you who just knew it, there's your magic question. Number 5, who is the most recent recipient of the NHL's Hart Memorial Trophy? You'll be interested to know this was not the hardest question of the round. How did people do?
Exactly 50%. Half and half.
50% of people got it
1
right.
out of every 2 people got it right.
Connor McDavid is the answer we were looking for. Connor McDavid. What name are the genetically modified wasps known by in the Hunger Games? Tracker Jackers. Couch Guy.
Oh, right. The percentages.
Track it.
79%.
Then Jack. 79%. In what 80s film does John Candy's character attempt to eat a 96-ounce steak? We were split between 2 guesses. One was Uncle Buck. The other was The Great Outdoors. Were either of them right?
One of them was.
It was The Great Outdoors.
And they were split, and almost exactly split. 52% or 53%, we'll call it. We'll round.
53% of teams got that right. A painless sore known as a chancre is usually the first symptom of what disease? We thought this might have been the hardest question, but we're not there yet, actually.
Nope.
A lot of teams were saying the herp, but the answer we were looking for was...
Syphilis.
That's right, Brian. Syphilis. How many?
29% of teams.
29% of teams.
Less than a third. Less than 1 out of every 3.
Got to get acquainted with the SIF. Number 9, what's the only type of beauty product that all 3 of those brands produce? L'Oreal, Revlon, and Clairol. Well, one of them specializes in hair coloring, and hair coloring is what we were looking for. Clairol is the one that specializes in that. They really don't produce anything outside of the hair coloring world. So if you said hair color, we gave you credit.
100% of teams got it right.
Hundo
Literally
P.
everyone got that right.
And then, just like in good fiction, we have what's known as the sudden reversal. Popular in the late 80s, what brand of clothing used the sign The Slippery Road as their logo? This was the hardest question of the night so far. The answer is
question 7,
Skids.
8 years ago.
Skids with a Z. Yeah, I'll do it for you.
17% of teams got that right. That might be one of the hardest questions we've ever asked.
You just got skidded. Scores are up. You can see them at the scores tab. You already know that. We know that you're smart enough to figure that out. We have one question left. It's going to allow you to wager up to 200 points. The category, Mike, what's the category? Movies. Movies is the category. 200 is the maximum wager. You're going to want to submit those wagers at the wager point. Get your scribe on top of it. And remember to get your scribe a nice little holiday gift for all their hard work. We'll be back in just a moment with the final question.
You can just unplug that.
Unplug what? Uh-oh.
Yeah, okay, that was the issue. It wasn't even really plugged in.
Caitlin says she wrote the Hunger Games question 4 years ago. And now you're recycling it, Brian?
I wrote that question 8 years ago. So if she wrote it 4 years ago, then
Whoa.
she wrote
You're
it
saying
4
that the
years-
Hunger Games was out 8 years ago?
Yes.
That doesn't sound right.
Let's see. The first one came out in 2012, and that was 9 years ago.
First movie.
Oh, you know how we were talking about mic drops? What I'm learning in the chat is that Bev actually did a mic drop.
Look who's behind in the chat now. She said that about 15 minutes ago.
You know what I'm mostly reading? The questions.
So now you see what it's like when you're hosting and you're really behind on things because you're focused on hosting. instead
Now I
of the
get it.
chat.
Now I understand the plight of Brian. Let's do our final question. I think we're ready for it. Here it is. In which Jack Ryan movie is a nuclear bomb detonated at a football stadium in Baltimore? Actually
90
detonated.
seconds.
You got 90 seconds. We're starting that clock.
Jack Ryan movies.
There it is. There it is. And we're going to go.
Which football stadium in Baltimore, though? Was it a high school football stadium? Was it the Ravens?
It's implied that it's professional football.
You know what? I should learn how to do the Jeopardy
You should.
tunes on the Panda
That
drum.
is
and
a
I can
solid use of time.
that would be a good way to develop my skills.
You have one minute to get your answers in.
You know what? I would like to see an eating cook-off called The Hunger Games.
Yes, you would like to see that.
I'd like to see it.
Maybe that's what they should rename the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
I don't think anyone at that contest is actually hungry. Actually, they probably are. They've probably made some room.
Less than 30 seconds.
Okay. Got about 20 seconds left, everyone.
What do we think about halogen lights?
I think they're too hot, needlessly hot.
Needlessly hot. 10 seconds to get your answers in.
Okay, we're counting it down. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not hard to hit the main piece, but I've missed it most of the night.
sounds
We're
like
going to look
you're
at your
doing
answers. We'll be back with the correct one. If you haven't made a donation, now's a good time to sneak that in so that you can ensure that we come back next week with some questions. Also, if you haven't visited thescavengercrawl.com, just learn about it. There's so much information there. We'll be right back. Hey, some of you got it right. The question was, in which Jack Ryan movie is a nuclear bomb detonated in a football stadium in Baltimore? This is a dark final question. Hopefully the rest of your weekend doesn't, sort of fit this motif. The answer we're looking for is Sum of All Fears. Sum of All Fears.
Baltimore, Charm City.
The Charm City. Look at that. Baltimore made it in twice. You'll see your scores at the scores tab. This is
Dale, they can't hear you.
We'll start all over. In which Jack Ryan movie is a nuclear bomb detonated at a football stadium in Baltimore? We were noting that there are 2 Baltimore questions tonight. The answer we're looking for: some
still
of
can't hear
all
us.
fears. Are the mics turned up? You can hear me now? We're doing Verizon commercials again. Some of all fears. Some of all fears. Can you just put it right there? Just click that. Answer. Some of all fears. There it is.
You can see us.
There it is. You can see us. Maybe you can't hear us for some reason. I don't know why. Can you hear us now yet? No mic. Can't hear you. Still can't hear you. They can hear me now. Okay, great. So anyhow, some of all fears. Now you know. And you'll see the scores at the scores tab. We've got top 3 teams. No perfect scores tonight. The Bronx is underwater, 750 points. They're in 3rd place. Traveling Wilburys got 2nd place with 770 points. And the winners tonight, Quarantine Squirrels with 780 points. Nice job to our top teams. Hopefully you had fun tonight. We'll be back next Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Please make sure you check out thescavengercrawl.com to learn more about how you can have the best time of your summer of 2021. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Your eyes tell me that you don't wanna leave just yet. No, my eyes agree. It's almost like when we first met. Oh, I don't care, it's getting too late. I want you and I can't wait. Don't wanna spend a minute without you. I know you feel the same. So come on, give me love. I'ma show you how to move with my body. Come hit me with your touch and make me wanna say, damn. And yeah, you know what's up. Ain't nothing I won't do for your body. So give me all you got right now. I know I'm yours, baby. So come give me love. You know you're mine, baby. So come give me love. I never felt nothing quite like this. I get a high every time we kiss. Can't get enough, baby. So come give me love. All of your love, I can't fake it. When I'm with you, my legs go weak. Yeah. Can you hear it? I think my heart just skipped a beat. Yeah. This feeling is getting so strong. Love me till the morning, love me all night long. There's something special about you. You're the one that I want. So come on, give me love. I'ma show you how to move with my body. Come hit me with your touch and make me wanna say, damn. And yeah, you know what's up. Ain't nothing I won't do for your body. So give me all you got right now. I know I'm yours, baby. So come give me love. You know you're mine, baby. So come give me love. I never felt nothing quite like this. I get a high every time we kiss. Can't get enough, baby. So come give me love. All of your love. Won't you love me till the morning? Love me in the evening. You know what I want. All of your love. Won't you hold me like I'm yours? Show me that I'm yours. You know just what I want. All of your love. Won't you love me like the last time? Like our time was right now. Show me what it's about. Love me till the morning. Love me in the evening. You know what I want. I know I'm yours, baby. So come give me love. You know you're mine, baby. So come give me love. I never felt nothing quite like this. I get a high every time we kiss. Can't get enough, babe. So come give me love. All of your love. Won't you love me till the morning? Love me in the evening. You know what I want. All of your love. Won't you hold me like I'm yours? Show me that I'm yours. You know just what I want. All of your love. Won't you love me like the last time? Like our time was right now. Show me what it's about. Love me till the morning. Love me in the evening. You know what I want. All of your love.
They keep on telling lies. That is how we stay alive. So you know that I don't mind about what is wrong.
doesn't even make sense. Why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this. Cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll drown, but what can I do? And it would be alright to let me down. Rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why we try to fight it. Every time that we touch, the room caught on fire. We could blame it on the wine, but we know that we will both be lying. I wish I didn't want you. I was doing just fine, the way that it was. Then you hand me these emotions, didn't want them, but I guess that I'm stuck with them. They could go away, but I know they won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna